Hello, and welcome to Challenge 5 of this hack with Team KBR, Knowledge Brings Results. Our team is made up of a mixture of KBR and Gleeds employees, with Nick Miller as our captain. Working alongside him is Alex, Tom, Callum, Paolo, Mia, and Nadia. The objective of this task is to automate the process of creating and updating project execution plans, also known as PEPs. To do this, we decided to use Nintex forms, which are used to fill out a variety of project information. This then updates a template PEP, the output of which can then be reviewed by the project manager and then corrected iteratively before being distributed to suppliers or clients. The benefit of this is it saves significant time when creating PEPs, which can then also encourage project managers to more frequently update their PEPs and to a higher standard.
Pain points: reducing the workload, ensuring that data is correct and accurate, managing part of the PEP as a dataset. A solution must be applicable to a range of construction projects. It must have functionality to review output, it must be updatable for future interaction, and it should be able to define and select content according to recipients.
This workflow demonstrates our solution methodology for this task. The user can enter the project details into the Nintex form, which then populates the PEP template and sends to them for review. They can make corrections iteratively in the Nintex form until they're happy with the PEP that is produced. Then we have a Python script which can divide the PEP into sections according to target audience, whether they're suppliers or clients, which can mean the PEP can be checked by the appropriate parties in more detail. Once this is all complete, the PEP draft is then ready for release to project or client teams.
So we built our solution in SharePoint, created a number of different lists and libraries. So here's a link to the form itself. This is a link to the list. So as you can see, there's already a line item in here that's been created. So I'm going to show you that one in the interest of time. So the project manager would come in and enter all of the details of the project, including project name, number, which people were involved in the project, which organizations were involved, and the location of the project. They would then fill out all of these tabs as well. So the summary tab, there's information about the project in there. Under the roles, the project manager needs to select which people are responsible for which elements of the project. In the activities tab, we've got a list of milestones for the project, and each of these, if there's a date in them, they're required. If there's no date, then it's not relevant for this project. The meetings tab shows the frequency of meetings for the project. These are just two examples, but we could add more to this. Similarly, the surveys tab. So these are the surveys that are required for the project to go ahead and the dates that they're required by or completed on. And finally, the reports tab shows which reports are due and how frequently they are due. So once this form is submitted, a workflow will run in the background to automatically generate the project execution plan based on all of these variables that have been completed by the project manager. The file will be outputted into this library, and it takes a couple of minutes to generate, so I'm going to show you one that I generated previously. So we used a template to create the document, and all of the grey highlighted sections have been replaced using the workflow. So the variables that were inputted into the form originally have been dropped in at various places throughout the document. We've also built some tables using the tables that we had in Nintex forms. And throughout the document, all of the variables have been replaced as were entered on the form in the first place. So hopefully this allows a project manager to save a lot of time at the beginning of a project. And that's all. Thank you for listening.
One of the pain points in the challenge was that different versions of the PEP need to be sent to different recipients. So I created this code in Python that extracts all the pages of the PEP and compiles them into separate documents based on the pages that that specific recipient should be able to see. For example, the client being able to see mostly everything, but the supplier not being able to see the cost or any client details.
In order to support the automated project execution plan solution, we have created a user guidance document to ensure this is a successful self-serve solution. The document will ensure that the user is aware of how to complete the Nintex form and that all input is in the correct format. If someone is new to the process or to the business, they can effectively complete without training, and the solution is being efficiently used as intended, and that a full review is completed prior to the PEP being sent out to the client and with no errors.
Further improvements can be incorporate machine learning to create a chatbot which can be used to validate project execution plan. Add feedback loop to interactively correct and improve project execution plan. General formatting improvements. Expand form so project execution plan can be applicable to a range of projects, not just construction. And finally, explore alternative document generation software.
Answer the questions we've been provided through the hack. One is, how can this solution allow you to keep the PEP up to date? That is done by changing the data which sits in the SharePoint spreadsheet which sits behind the document. Question 2 is about targeted skill sets. This is addressed by the questions in the form that the author has to fill in, being simple, and some tick boxes. Question 3 is, what checks are required? This is satisfied by the document not auto-publishing from the tool.